to Real Talk. My name is Ibrahim and we are super excited for today's live show. We want you to keep learning. This platform, we keep on reminding people that it was created so that at the end of the day you will have no fear when it comes to you investing in a piece of land. Okay, so today's show is very simple: where and why. We are going to talk about basically why you guys buy and where exactly you guys can buy. Okay, and then above that we are going to also touch a little bit on the purposes for why you buy into land. Sometimes land can be for speculative purposes, it can be for commercial purposes, it can be for residential purposes. So I've brought in your resident sales executives who have immense talent on speaking about such issues, and we hope that at the end of the day you guys will have learned something. Yes, to my father's right, or is it left? To my father's left we have Nasra, and then on the set again is Mukwate. You said it's Lizo Mukwate on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right, karibuni sana guys.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so straight to it. We tend to have clients come in, buy a piece of land because of three reasons. Either they're choosing to have it for speculative purposes, for commercial purposes, or for residential purposes. Please try and simplify what we mean by, maybe Nasra, a residential piece of land.
Assalamu alaikum. First and foremost, for residential, we mean like you're looking for a place where you can set up your new home. Okay. Basically a home. And where you have no fear of maybe other buildings creeping up in the future, like apartments. Yeah, we do have that issue a lot.
Okay.
And that is why we actually major in residential apartment in Kamakis that are strictly residential and are controlled.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Mkwate, what would I be meaning if I said that this particular plot is a commercial piece of land?
Okay,
well, it serves a commercial purpose, yeah.
Okay. If I can start by explaining, a commercial project is a project that is you buy to generate income. I'm a profit-making project.
Okay.
So that is a project you would look to build so that you can start making income as time goes by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So if I try and get a piece of land, if I wanted, for example, to do maybe a supermarket, where would it fall? Residential or on a residential or commercial piece of land?
It would be more of commercial.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. So what informs the decision of a client on if I wanted to get a piece of land today where I can set up maybe now the example I've given, a supermarket. What are some of the things that would inform him choosing this land as opposed to this other one?
Okay, it all depends on the need the client has.
Okay.
Especially if you're looking for something commercial, for a project which is commercial, you will look for a place that is maybe close to a road, and probably a tarmac road. You look for a place which is near social amenities, like banks, like schools, like hospitals, somewhere where there's
there's a bit of traffic.
There's a bit of traffic, yes.
Okay, somewhere that is very busy.
Yeah, and also what you're looking to put up. If it's apartments, you should look for a place where there's traffic, where people can maybe there are schools where people can come and rent the houses you're putting up, the apartments.
Okay.
I mean.
Wonderful. So say for example I have an agent. I meet an agent who is trying to sell me a piece of land that is about 6 kilometers in. What would it be suitable for? Is it for commercial purpose or maybe for a residential purpose? Where would it fall? If I wanted to do maybe a supermarket or a flat or something like that, and this particular plot is 6 kilometers in, would it be good for me or it would work against what I'm trying to achieve?
Okay, most of the times when you're looking for commercial, it will work, the distance will work against you. If you go further from the
tarmac
road,
is, or
yes, from the access road, from
Okay.
the tarmac, it will affect what you need the project for.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wonderful.
you need a project which is closer to the road.
If it's for commercial
purpose, yes.
Say for instance, most clients we get are trying to Nasra to maybe put up flats. You've gotten so many guys calling, they want to put up apartments. You're saying 300 meters from the tarmac could be very ideal for someone who is looking for something like that.
Yes.
Kangundo Road.
Yeah, from Kangundo Road.
Okay,
yes.
wonderful. And then we have the third one, which is a speculative piece of land. How would you define that one? Or how would how would I go about saying this particular piece of land is now falling under a speculative one?
You know, for speculative, we generally it entails maybe a piece of land, an asset where one will actually buy with the sole purpose of generating a one-time profit when they decide to like sell it off.
Okay.
So with speculative,
Okay.
it's more about the projection, future projection of the area. You go identify an area, maybe it has promise of growth. You invest in it with the at the back of your mind. You do know that once the area opens up, you will be able to profitize from that and like a one-time profit thing.
Wonderful. So you're saying basically is what you're saying is that if I will call something I will call a piece of land speculative if I am buying it for, at the end of the day, I will probably sell it off for maybe a profit.
Yeah.
But all these other pieces of lands generally can be sold for profit eventually.
The difference with speculative is it doesn't have to tick the boxes like the ones for residential and commercial. Like for commercial, we've realized that it has to be near foot traffic, road traffic and all that. But it's speculative, it doesn't necessarily have to tick those boxes, provided it's in an area where there's future promise for growth.
Okay.
Then it can be considered speculative.
Wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done, I feel like we have put out so much content with regards to all these different descriptions. So if I would kindly ask you guys to go watch our previous interactions that we've had on this live panel. I feel like we've touched on a bit on almost everything, yeah, relating to especially the purpose when it comes to you buying land for maybe commercial, residential or speculative purposes. So go subscribe on our channel, you know, click that notification bell. You can watch us on Facebook, on Instagram. Follow us for more content like this. We're trying to make sure that you're coming from, when you're trying to invest, you're coming from a point where you are fully informed. Yes. Wonderful. So now we have so many different plots as a company, yeah. Like we were, before we came on set, we were talking about the plots that are in Kangundo Road that are 6 kilometers in. And you have clearly mentioned that a speculative piece of land does not necessarily have to tick all these boxes. It doesn't have to be very close to the tarmac. It's not necessarily supposed to be very in a very busy area. But what if you get something that is in a busy area? And what if you get, you know, something that is close to the tarmac? Can it also be used for speculative purposes?
Yeah, like my colleague Nasra said, for speculative purposes, it doesn't have to tick the boxes that commercial and residential tick. Still, you can buy a commercial project and keep it for future use. Maybe you want to put up a school in future, you want to put up an hospital, you can buy and keep it. And now when the area has grown, has fully grown, you can invest in whatever project you want to put up.
Aye, wonderful. Yeah. I hope you guys are learning something, yeah? And we are here with Nasra, we are here with Liz of the Lizo Mukwate Facebook and Instagram page. You guys go follow them. If you have any queries, any questions, our numbers, I believe, are running below on your screens. You can call us for further, you know, further questions, further details, further information on exactly why or what we are talking about. Now, back to our topic, where and why. For instance, right now, where can someone get speculative plots from Fanaka Real Estate?
Right now we have several. We have projects in Kangundo Road which are speculative. Like this month we've launched a project which is going for 550,000.
Yes.
And if you buy in cash, we still have very good offers and discounts if you buy in cash. So you can rush and get that one. Is very ideal for speculative purpose. We also have land in Juja Farm along Thika Road. Just 10 minutes drive from Thika Road.
I think it's 10.
Some 10 minutes drive from Thika Road, and that is good for speculative purposes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Nasra, you've said you've touched a little bit on a residential piece of land, yeah?
Yes.
Give an example of where we have where we have residential pieces of land, because I feel like there's been a huge push right now for people to like own their own homes.
Actually,
and you've mentioned that a residential piece of land can be used for that particular purpose of building, where I want my great grandchildren to come and get me, sindio? Vijukuu, watukuu, kulikuwa na wengine kitunguu. Kitunguu.
Keza.
Well, where would I put up? Where exactly has Fanaka set out to have residential pieces of land?
Yeah, we put up residential plots in Ruiru Kamakis.
Okay.
Ideally, we have plots ranging between 7 kilometers to 2.5 kilometers. We initially had one that was actually 800 meters from the road, but it was all sold out.
Okay.
So in Kamakis, it's ideal. It's actually ideal because one, it's restricted, it's controlled, and they have the residential association. Why is it ideal for residential? Because one, you can only build up to 3 story buildings up. So this again curbs the idea of you've later on you've already established your own home and then someone else comes and build their own apartment.
Okay.
It does interfere with the privacy because of course they're hovering over your building. So in Kamakis, it's the best where we have residential for our clients.
Good. We also have something Mkwate in Kenyatta Road, yeah? Please mention a bit about.
We have several projects in Kenyatta Road. We have our Zahara Gardens,
yes,
which is just 10 minutes drive from Thika Road and 800 meters off the tarmac. That already sets you for a very homely environment where you are away from town and somehow closer to town.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it serves the purpose of residential.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I've also mentioned before, guys, to most of my clients, yeah, when I talk to them, I mentioned to them that Kamakis and maybe Kenyatta Road, I try to call it, I've given it a name. It's I tell them it's almost the center of the center, because right now, if you consider going all the way to the airport, if you are investing in a piece of land in Kamakis and you consider going all the way to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, you're about, now with the dual road, it's called the Eastern Bypass, yeah? With the dualing of this road, you will probably do what, 15, 20, 25 minutes to the airport. You're connected to the south end, to the Eastern Bypass, very close. If you run into Ruaka, it's just here. To Thika is just here. To Muranga all the way. If you're going to town, to the CBD, is just here. So I normally say it's the center of the center. And for anyone, I really drum up support for anyone who's trying to live in these particular areas. So top of my head, we are talking about where and why. Top of my head, where are some of the other places apart from maybe Kamakis, apart from Kenyatta Road, apart from Juja Farm, apart from Kamulu, apart from Joska, and all these other places, would you advise maybe someone to right now buy a piece of land? Well, around the Nairobi metropolis. Which other locations? Someone would mention Kikuyu. I've had clients mention, I think Kitengela.
Kitengela,
yes.
Kikuyu.
Mombasa, along Mombasa Road.
Syokimau in Mombasa Road.
The whole Mombasa Road area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so these are places which are ideal.
Yeah, which are ideal for residential.
Okay. Yeah. And for people who, I've also had clients who want to put up factories. Would you advise a client right now to maybe come to Juja Farm and maybe set up their factory there? Maybe they want to do like a storage unit or something like that. Would any of our plots, be ideal for that particular purpose?
Yeah, still that again goes to the need the client has. So at the end of the day, that client, before a client comes, they've done maybe their research of where they can put up, where there is traffic for their product, whichever they are building the project for, whichever they're bringing up the project for. So at the end of the day, that client, we usually take you for a site visit so that you can also check whether whatever project we have is ideal for what you want to put up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Nasra, between the projects that we have in Juja Farm, which one would you advise if a client came to you and said they want to put up apartments and you've taken them for a site visit for the 3 projects, yeah? Which one would you probably advise would be perfect for maybe apartments?
That will definitely be Ruby.
Okay.
Yeah, because one, it's just a mere 2 kilometers from the Juja Farm Shopping Center tarmac, and they're already done with the first quarter, meaning there'll be a second quarter. And 2, The way it's located, actually, we do have 2 access gates from all sides, making it convenient for whoever who will be inside there. You can actually access the road through point A or through point B.
You've already given the names.
Yeah.
Okay.
And something also, it's Juja Farm is a fast-growing metropolitan area. We've actually noticed that with time, clients are actually getting away from the city. They want a place where it's serene,
quiet, away from the noise.
There's fresh air. Ruby ticks all the boxes.
All these boxes.
Yes,
right.
and it's affordable actually.
Okay,
it's quite affordable.
And people,
999,000.
Yeah, all that for only 999,000.
Most people try and when you talk to some of these clients, they will always try and mention that maybe Juja Farm doesn't have is not connected to maybe any other areas. Hakuna tamak, hakuna maji, hakuna stima. Because I feel like you've mentioned something to do with social amenities, yeah? You've said you want to also be in an area where there are up and coming, you know, schools, or there are already schools, there are hospitals, you know, some of these things. I believe that's what you are talking about. So do these things, are they there? Are they?
Yeah, we would say Juja Farm has really grown.
Okay.
That town is really coming up very fast because like now we have the zinaitwa hizi matatu zinaitwa metro,
Lofa
coming all the way from
Lofa,
town,
yes.
coming all the way from town to Juja Farm shopping center. So you don't have to connect again from Juja town all the way to Juja Farm shopping center. That makes it very effective to settle in Juja Farm. And I heard the fares are also very, very affordable. Yeah. Between 100 to 150. Well, 80 shillings to around 150, yeah? Depending on peer periods, because they also, I feel like fares zingine huwa inaenda kulingana na ile time.
Season.
Saa nane, it's maybe 30 shillings. Jioni becomes 100, 150, yeah? Sure. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Please share this link with your friends and family. Let them know that we are here. We are always going to be here to, you know, give you information before you purchasing a piece of land. We're going to go on a very short commercial break. When we come back, we are here talking about why you need to invest in these particular places, okay? All right. Thank you.
Define short.
One of the key questions that we always get or usually get from our prospective clients or from our clients is, how would I get to establish if a company is really genuine apart from them delivering titles? Now, the other way you would get to know that is visiting some of their past projects which they have sold out and see if there are constructions going on or there is something that is happening. My current location is Fortune Garden Phase 3, which we finished actually selling this year. And as you can see around, you'll get to see there are clients who have done a lot of construction and some are even living here. We also have Fortune Garden Phase 2, Phase 1, Sunrise Gardens and Olive Gardens, just to mention but a few, that if you get to visit this project, you would be surprised by the number of developments that have been taking place and even clients who are already living there. That would give you more confidence on why you should invest with the Kings of Kangundo Road, that is Fanaka Real Estate. And in case you're wondering if we still have something in Kamulu, yes, we still have some plots in Kamulu. Kindly visit our pages or call the number below and get to find out about the project and book a free site visit any day of the week. Now, one of the key
Welcome back. My name is Ibrahim Basal. This is Real Talk. This show was created, this platform was created because of you guys. We want to deal with the fear that guys have of purchasing a piece of land, and as such, we are here to provide advice, to provide information on all these things land related. All right, and I am joined on this panel by one Nasra and one Lizo Mukwate of Facebook. Liz Mukwate on Facebook and Instagram and all other social media platforms. And we are trying to talk about where and why. And we've covered a little bit about, we've done a bit on the purpose of why most of our clients buy. Some are looking for something speculative, some are doing, they're buying a piece of land because they want something commercial or something residential, all right? And we've touched a little bit on that before we went on the break. We defined and I think we've also mentioned a lot to do with where you can put your money, right? So now, you mentioned something to do with the social amenities, yeah? Please define a little bit on social amenities and what they are.
Again, still I would say the social amenities still depend on what you're buying the land for.
Okay.
Because what you're looking for when you're looking at the social amenities for a residential project will be very different from a commercial project.
Okay.
But generally you have to look at social amenities like schools, the roads to the project.
Okay.
You have to look at amenities like water, electricity, because all those cut across the board.
Okay.
Whether you're buying a commercial project or you're buying a residential project.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's have some fun with this one, yeah? We said we're not going to be really uptight with this show, so let's have some fun. So, Nasra,
Yes.
there's KFC around. We're in Ruiru right now.
Yes.
There's a KFC around.
Yes.
I feel like there's Domino's pia ilikuja. Is it Galitos? It is Galitos, yeah? There's Domino's, there's Art Cafe. Would some of these things advise, push the decision of a client in investing in maybe an area like Kamaki's?
Yeah, actually it does. Mostly for, the young families, they will want, currently with the Gen
When you
Z,
say young families, you're touching on very touchy subjects. Someone might be 56 or 60 saying they're still young.
okay, yeah, they're all young at heart. By that I mean, we do have family fun days on Sundays.
Yes.
And the kids do like going out, have fun and all that.
True.
So along the eastern
Bouncing castles and
bouncing
everything.
castle, bungee
Face
jumping,
painting.
all that. We do have such amenities along the eastern bypass.
Okay.
And what's actually even better with currently now they have like separated a place for the adults and for the kids, so you can all have fun at one place and still keep an eye on your kids.
Okay.
Like let's say for instance Green Spot, they do put up the bouncing castles
In the middle of their garden, Pandelia and Nyumba, yes?
So
Okay.
it's so easy for the parents to enjoy and even the women to have their chamas and still keep an eye on their kids.
They can
So,
still monitor the kids,
it's
yeah?
really crucial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hospitals, churches, schools, mosques,
Banks.
banks. I feel like there are so many of them that have already come up along this road, yeah? There's, I think I've seen CDN Bank, there's NCBA,
Trust Bank.
there's Diamond Trust Bank. You're saying that some of these things will, if you were the one investing right now, would they inform the decision that you're making?
Of course, sure, they would, because at the end of the day, I'm looking like what I do in a normal day. Like I would want to do transactions. I
Okay.
would want to go to the bank. I would want my kids to go to school. I would want, if my kids aren't well, I would want to take them to a good hospital.
True.
And with hospitals like Aga Khan around here,
There's Aga Khan here, yeah?
Yes, Aga Khan across the road here.
Okay.
In fact, in this building, which is hosting our offices,
Okay.
just opposite the road, we have Aga Khan, a branch of Aga Khan Hospital,
Okay.
which makes it a good place where I can get a residential property and satisfy my need.
Wonderful. You guys have heard it here first. And before I forget, I want to say a huge thank you to the guys that joined us this last Saturday. We had called upon you guys to come be part of us raising funds for the kids at Zion's, and you guys overwhelmingly showed up. The word is huge. It just shows you how huge that was. Overwhelmingly showed up to that particular event. We want to say a huge hearty thank you to you guys for always being part of everything that we are trying to do as a company. All right, Fanaka Wema Foundation sends out love and light to everyone who came through. Again, now guys, we were trying to make it a little bit lively, yeah? Is there any other thing that would probably maybe entice you to invest in this area of Kamaki's maybe, or Kenyatta Road? the fact that maybe let's for instance say Zahara is in between so many other developments. Yeah, so many other companies have built mansions and mansionettes in that area, bungalows in that area. Would some of these things inform the decision of a client buying?
Sure, because I want to settle somewhere where the neighborhood is already developed. I want to.
And does it bring like a sense, sorry to cut you short, a sense of security also?
Of course, sure. Because at the end of the day natafuta mahali kwenye nitakuwa na majirani. Sitaki niende mahali alafu I'm thinking majirani naambiwa majirani watakuja tu sijali. So how do I even start up alone?
And this is for the case that you're trying to put up your home.
Yes.
This one ticks the box of a residential piece of land, yeah?
Sure.
So you want to be next to you know, majirani ndo mkue hata na nyumba 10. Na mkikuwa na nyumba 20? 12 hapa na pale. Unaomba chumvi hapa.
Pale sukari.
Do people do that nowadays?
Nah, it's really hard. People are actually, the more money they're getting, the higher their perimeter walls are getting.
Are going up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So sad.
Well, we are here to sell land. You decide what you want to do. You've said, you've touched on fencing, and can you know, by the way, can clients, you know, fence their plots once they've finished paying? We've covered that before. And how high can they go? You just mentioned it. How high can they go?
Provided it doesn't go higher than 3-story buildings up in Kamakis.
Okay.
It can, you know.
But there are no restrictions whatsoever.
Nah.
You decide.
Yeah, you decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have heard it here first. Now, give advice to someone who is looking for, who is trying to set up like an industry. What would that piece of land look like? Where would it be? What would you advise them to buy, where, and what again, it goes back to the same question. What are some of the small factors that they will consider if they want to put up like a factory or like an industry? What are some of those factors?
The major factor you would consider, I would say, first, get to know exactly what you need to put up.
An industry.
An industry. Doing what? What are you
probably
producing?
packaging foods. Processed foods like beans, canned beans, or canned pineapples. Where would you want this person? Where would you tell this person to you know, put up their industry?
Okay, at the end of the day, still it will be, you'll still need a commercial space for such a building.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you need to transport those things. You'll need access roads. You'll need water. You'll need electricity. So those are some of the things they would consider before they get a project for that particular need.
Again, I think you have, the two of you guys have really highlighted on the fact that anywhere you want to go, at least let it be in an area where there's water, there's a bit of electricity, and it's super accessible. And Nasra, in your opinion, in your honest opinion, has our company Fanaka Real Estate ticked all these 3 boxes for most majority of our projects across board in Kangundo Road and also here along Thika Road? Do you feel like we have those 3 most essential things for all our plots?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Actually, we have plots that cut across the residential, commercial, and speculative purposes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've said, again, water on site.
Water, electricity,
For all our projects.
on site, security tight,
Security.
Access roads.
access roads, yeah.
Diana Maro would say.
Value appreciation of the area.
Okay.
Top.
I wanted to quote someone, but now...
Tight kama kifuniko ya gas.
Exactly, I wanted to quote that part. But now, ni kama you've said it.
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, we've tried to exhaust a little bit on everything. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to, you know, go through some of the content that we have posted time and time again, and we will keep posting this content for you so that when you're making this decision to buy into an area or buy a piece of land in this area or that area, you're coming from a point of view where you're very, very informed, all right? Yes, parting shots. What would you advise, again, someone who is trying to invest in land?
Okay, I would advise if you're planning to invest in land or property, you should be very sure of what you need the property for.
Okay.
If you're looking for residential property or a commercial property, you should be very sure what you need it for,
The purpose.
The purpose for the property, and again, you should also engage an agent, as maybe a sales executive like us here at Fanaka.
Tell
so
them
that
your
we
number
can-
is floating down below.
yeah, sure. So that we can put you through and also advise you, because apart from just selling, we don't just sell here. We also provide information to our clients. We also talk to our clients on what they are planning to do with their land, so that we can advise them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Nasra, parting shot.
I'll say first, research, and I cannot emphasize enough on the research. Before you embark on your investment journey, ensure you've done thorough research with the company you want to invest in, and the need you've identified that you want to fulfill. Two, I'll echo what my colleague has said, expert advice. As much as you have friends and family, they'll try and advise you, it's better when you get a professional advice from a real estate agent. That way you will we will be able to guide you well enough. And three, don't forget to enjoy the process. It's a really enticing and interesting project to acquire land in real estate. So try as much as, don't get so caught up in the nitty gritty details. Try and enjoy the process and appreciate the fact that you are now in a position to actually invest in something worthwhile.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Need I say more? I think you guys have heard it here first. Everything that you need, everything that you wanted to hear, I think they've actually mentioned it. Please go ahead and follow us on all our social media platforms. We want to say a huge thank you to you guys for always trying to be here when we go live. To get the is it little? It's overwhelmingly. To get information from us, we are super grateful. Catch us next on Friday, same time, same place, and we're super grateful. Thank you for joining us.